Heyo, this is Stoic. This is my first video, first post. Just kind of checking things out. I wanted to give a little tour of my jungle base. Some of you have already seen this. Those have been on Blockheads. Found this nice jungle on top of a mountain and I decided to transform it. So let's take a look at what I got. So far I've transformed it into a giant moon sun temple. Kind of an Aztec theme happening right now. Got another temple I'm going to be putting in. But yeah, let's take a look. Just kind of run over here. This is I love researching different civilizations and kind of theming my builds off of them. But this is a game that the Aztecs used to play. I think it was called Malitzli. Totally butchered that, but I think it's pretty neat. It's a game where players would have a rubber ball that they couldn't use their hands, but they could use their hips, head, feet, knees to try to knock a ball through this hole. If they got the ball through the hole, then they won automatically. I don't know what the other scorings are, but I just kind of put it in this cool. I don't know. I think it looks cool. Almost looks like a Tetris or a Snafu kind of game. I don't know if anyone's seen that before, but anyway. So I got two temples here. One is for the moon, kind of a crescent moon happening there, darker colors. Try to go with a lot of colors in this just because I wanted to. And then looking this way, kind of got a sun one that's kind of broken. Given the time of since the last people were here, things have broke down a little bit, but it's kind of the temple there. Got a lot of detailing to do still. Need a lot of skeleton heads to put everywhere. So that'd be cool, pretty neat. See, I'm just using all kinds of different colors. Terracotta, red sand, copper. I've got even more terracotta in here with some honeycomb. Thank you, Smatty K. Gives good texture. And same deal over there. Let's see. Keep walking around, and I found some brown pandas. So I trapped them over here. I know Snots and Smagical Smolly Pop likes to have brown pandas, so I'm waiting for them to escort these two back to their locations. Pretty soon they're going to need to move because I'm going to terraform more of this area, but let's make our way over to the other temple I've been working on. This one's taking a little bit longer. I like the detailing aspect of things. Something I've grown into. Slamzy and Smagical Smolly Pop are excellent builders. There's not to say everyone else isn't, but I kind of take a lot of their detailing from them. So I've got different shapes and colors and everything here. This temple will be pretty big, pretty tall. Not as tall as the main one, but I had a fun idea that I could put in like a gold farm in here, but have one of the old gods of goldsmithing from the Aztec religions in here. So as these piglins would come out of a gold farm, they'll drop into this pit, sacrificial pit, and of course the storage will be down there. But so a little bit of a theme happening there. Had to terraform this whole mountainside. That took a little bit of time, but I thought it turned out okay. I need to put, it's pretty flat, right? And so I need to get some. Now that the grass has grown pretty much on everything, I can get some taller grasses on there. Looks like we got some bare spots. It's still filling in a little bit. Maybe I'm just out of range most of the time. But you can see it creates more of a cliff side, which is fine. Yeah, I'll probably put in a tree or two. Just kind of put some vines in. I'll worry about that in a little bit, but you can kind of see some of the detailing happening. Before going to the main temple, I wanted to come down here and see what's happening. So I thought this was going to be a lot bigger, but it ended up being a lot smaller. So I terraformed a lot of this area right here. We'll jump underneath. And it just, now I got a big old shelf here. So I'll probably chip out a lot of it and then grade it back down into something nicer looking. But I'll plan to put a bunch of little houses in everywhere just to make it look more like a civilization. So I'm going to figure those out. Once I make one, I'll probably just make a whole bunch of them. But ultimately, I'll have a walkway down here. I found this pit was hoping to make another little sacrificial pit or something right here. I think that would be neat. Wouldn't line up very well with everything else, but we'll see. Oh yeah, this might be in the right spot. Let's take a look. Oh, it's getting close. So part of my build was, in this spot, I think I'm going to have, I might shift it over now that I'm thinking about it. But the plan was to have, the sun set into this nook for, the sun gods and moon gods um, as a part of my builds. And I thought, well, this would just fall right into it. If you stand in the right spot, of course, you can always manipulate the size of the sun, and it will fall into place. You get too close, it shrinks up a little bit, back up a little bit. Might be too big. Yeah, maybe it's better up here. Oh, that might work out better. Oh, yeah, that would be centered up with the little house I had planned. But anyways, it looks pretty neat. Festival begins when the sun falls into the cradle of the statue. Yeah. Pretty neat. And then, of course, the moon would do the same thing on the other side. I think it fits a lot better if it's a crescent moon. And I think the moon is actually a little bit smaller than that, but we'll find out once it comes up. Before that sun actually goes all the way down, I asked my friend Slam Z to help out with a part of my build. I'll make my way down here eventually, some smaller pyramids, maybe a lot more agriculture. But I wanted Cortez's ship to dock over here. Ultimately they were the ones that destroyed the civilization, supposedly. So I think that would be a nice, cool touch, historical reference there. But there's still a lot to do. I'm going to... Let's take a look. Let's swing around here. So I've got my giant sun moon pyramid. Took some references from some other builds I saw online. Can't take all the credit. Didn't want just a square pyramid that you would normally expect. Put lots of little copper pieces in. I wanted lots of different colors. It's kind of plain in the back. You can see there's a big old cliffside back here. But I think it looks pretty neat. The sun and the moon stands out, different colors. But before it gets too dark, let's go ahead and jump inside before the monsters start coming in. Now I know what you're thinking. The first thing that caught your eye was it looks like Mumbo's little truck or mobile unit, whatever you want to call it, his mobile home is up there. No, I just happened to have those blocks on me when I was putting together a little room. I might change it now that it does stand out, doesn't it? Well, I don't like that. All right. Anyways, so inside you see it's pretty open. It's loud. We might as well sleep. We're using Foxy No Tails single player sleep. We might change over to JayCubTruth single player sleep here soon. I think he was working on a new add-on to kind of help our realm out. But you see, I got a big old storage system going. Did some color coding. As I populate some of these hoppers to make sure that the filtering happens right, I'll be filling it in. See, I got all the wood ones figured out. And I still need to put in my drop-off area. I was going to have this all walled off eventually, but I decided, you know what, I do need to get kind of an elevator here so I can just drop things off so I don't have to go over to this one and throw stuff in. See, I don't even have the right stuff in here. This is not good. So I got a lot of cleaning to do. A lot of chest monsters out here right now. Some of this is saving up for my nether ice road. Got a really long ice road, so I got a lot of leaves that I want to use, but that's going to be slow going because you know what? Leaves catch on fire, and there's a lot of fire in the nether, so I got to be careful there. But a little more of a tour. So you saw all the storage. There is a beacon down below. It was fun. I got pretty lucky. I'm not exactly sure what I want to do with this next kind of part of the build, but I did have some zombies come up. That was crazy. But there's actually an entire lush cave down here. It is crazy and it's beautiful. And it's pretty overgrown since I spent a lot of time here. There's just a ton of leaf vines and glowberries. Yeah, glowberries. Gosh, they're so new I don't even know. And of course I've got a spore blossom somewhere in here. You can Oh, there it is. Yep, because these things, those spores just float everywhere. You can see them really far away. There goes one right there. Anyways, so there's an opportunity to make something cool down here. Maybe a treasure storage room or something. I don't know. A lot of options available. So just run on up here. So rudimentary stair system. Get that figured out later. Anyways, so let's run back here. Just kind of the back ends of the storage. Kind of some wasted space. Get some additional storage for, you know, we got lots of diorite. Saving it all. You don't know who's gonna want it. You can charge them a pretty penny. Still got to finish up this part right here. Get all those filters done. But I do have a little bit of nooks and crannies to build things. But let's see, upstairs. Let's see. Yeah, let's go upstairs. So I got some hidden stairs in the back. Again, this is just a stone and cobblestone generator. Just come in here and start mining away. Like to be safe. I've got open doors at the front. Normally nothing comes in because I get everything well lit, but I am paranoid sometimes when I just sit there for a little bit. Get a basalt. Of course, I say paranoid, and this one's completely open, so maybe I should include this one. Looks pretty neat. Get the ice and the lava. You just start digging, and it creates a new one. Pretty neat. And it all filters down into the system. And I just built this pretty simple smelting system. Not really smelters, just furnaces. Anything I want to make. I've got tons of kelp, so just making all of the things that I need to make. And so I got more kelp back at a different base that I'll show in a different video, but yeah, this one's coming along pretty good. So if this one fit really nice, it's only 2 blocks wide. It's be as long as you want it, really. And it works out fine for me. But you can see I haven't done the floor yet. I've got some ideas on how I want it to look. I'm thinking to keep with the sun-moon theme, I need to get into creative and come up with a nice, a nice image for this giant opening. I think that'll look pretty neat. As you can tell, probably from the beginning of the video, I don't have great armor. I don't even have boots on right now. I've got some gold pants and probably a leather helmet. Let's take a look at my inventory. Oh yeah. So my challenge for this season was I wasn't going to wear any armor that I made myself. And the only armor I could use was armor that I picked up from monsters. And you're probably thinking, that's silly. Well, sometimes you just need a little extra challenge. And I thought that would be fun. The best thing I can do raid farms. They drop some good iron armor. I just haven't done one in a little while. And sometimes I've got a friend, Smokey. He went ahead and donated a zombie spawner for me, so I could get zombie spawner drops. So sometimes when you zombie comes in and you drown them, they shed all of their armor. Sometimes, not all the time, and it's at full health. So now that I'm thinking about that, would be nice to have something long term instead of just picking up golden leggings sometimes. That would be nice. But all right, back inside. So I got one more rocket. I better save that. Anyways, this is the first video. Just checking it out. Probably make another level to help utilize some of this taller space up here. Try to keep it as open as possible in the center, though. I do have this elevator that goes up to the top. That's been fun. I'm not totally sold on its location. It does get in the way a little bit, so I need to think about that. But it does put me right upstairs into the Sun Temple, where I can get into the Nether. And then I do have the Moon Temple over here, where I just did a bunch of mapping to date. I was lucky I found this desert and redstone because I just use a ton of it. But of course, I'm at, you can see my coordinates right now. We're pretty far away from the spawn. Spawn's pretty neat space. We've got our Mushroom Island and our shopping district, which is pretty populated. I think it's pretty sweet looking right now. And yeah. Well, anyways, thanks for joining me on this little adventure, and I hope to share some more.